Hello everyone. I'm going to do this video showing how the universe pretty much proves that there is a God. And it will take a little bit of background knowledge, so you'll have to stick with me, and some knowledge of religion. But it centers around two age-old questions. Are we alone? And why is there suffering? The first question, are we alone? We haven't yet encountered alien species. And we know there should be, by the mathematics, by common sense, by logic, billions of galaxies, billions of stars in each galaxy, hundreds of billions of stars in each galaxy. There really ought to be life on more planets than just Earth. We can't be the only one. And if you, Michio Kaku's talked about things like Type 1, Type 2, Type 3 civilizations, and we're a Type 0 civilization. We're on the verge of becoming Type 1 civilization. But when he defines a Type 3 civilization, this is what he describes as a galactic civilization. He says that's 100,000 years away. Well, 100,000 years, it's like a blink of an eye. I mean, the notion that there aren't galactic civilizations in our galaxy would be ludicrous. Just based on the common sense. So, where are they? And it has to do with the age-old question of where is God? Why is there suffering? We're suffering here in our misery, and God's all-powerful. He's all-loving. Why doesn't He do something? And if you just well, I'm a Baha'i, and this comes from Baha'i scripture and thinking about things, and Baha'is believe Baha'u'llah is the manifestation of God for this day and age, so it makes a lot more sense than some of the older religions. But anyway, based on sort of Baha'i scripture, yeah, God is going to do everything and solve all our problems and create peace on earth and this and that, make it wonderful, but He expects us to learn something in the process, and we have to contribute something in the process. He's not just going to snap His fingers and make things wonderful. We have some part to play, kind of mysterious, in doing all this. And so, if you take that as fact, it becomes very easy to see why all these big, powerful civilizations are silent. Why they're concealing themselves. This big, powerful God, the all-powerful, the all-loving God, conceals Himself, helps, but expects us to take some part in it. Well, these galactic civilizations are nothing compared to God, but they're big and powerful compared to us, and they are concealing themselves. Now, you have to step back a minute. Okay, who's in a better position to deduce whether God exists? Us or a galactic civilization? Well, clearly they have all their technology and the science experiments they could run. Clearly they're in a better position. So and take that fact, then take the fact that you look at history for the last thousands of years, things it takes a while, but things slowly are getting better. Things slowly, continually get better, decade after decade, century after century. There are stagnation periods, occasionally slight reversals, but generally things get better. You can watch this wonderful YouTube video, a TED Talk, Is the World Getting Better or Getting Worse? And he just look at the graphs. I mean, for the last 30 years, poverty way down, hunger way down, deaths way down. I mean, and that's just the last 30 years. So if you're a galactic civilization and you've concluded there is no God, why would you not help people? You're more moral than the most moral people on Earth. Why would you not help people with your technology? And you could snap your finger and end all suffering everywhere in your entire galaxy and just live in this wonderful utopia. Well, you see, all of a sudden, these galactic civilizations are in the exact same position of God. Why doesn't God do something? Why doesn't the galactic civilization do something? Well, maybe the galactic civilization has been instructed, be silent. It's not time for you to show yourself to them yet. And that's the only really good explanation why we haven't been visited. Because if there is no God, surely the galactic civilization would try and end our suffering, because they're going to be more moral than we are. Thank you. Bye.